Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Intellectual Smackdown. In this episode, we're going to be debating whether or not beach or forest is a better vacation spot. Today's contestants, we got Gabe the Babe. What are you debating?
I'm debating for the side of forest.
Dylan, what are you... we got Dylan. He's another guy that's in the podcast. What are you debating?
I'm fighting for the beach, Connor.
That's a hard victory.
It's a pretty easy one, I'd have to
It's
say.
pretty hard. You know, I gotta say, Gabe, I believe in you.
Thanks, Connor.
Alright. Well, fuck you, Dylan.
He's just mad because he lost last time.
Lose, he survived.
No. Why would I be going on the side of the winner of last time? Where's the Daytona CD? Where's the Daytona? I found it. Okay. Alright, we're gonna do the...
I call Daytona side.
God damn it. Alright, fine, I'll play the play side.
Alright, this is Daytona USA for the Sega Saturn.
Yep.
We're flipping it as a coin. Oh, Jesus Christ, that didn't work at all.
Flip. Just fucking throw it in the air.
Daytona
Daytona
side.
side.
Alright,
Let's go.
Alright, are you ready to
I am ready.
say your argument? Okay, go.
Mosquitoes. Murky, stagnant water. Wild animals roaming just outside of view. Does any of this sound good to you? If so, you may want to consider going camping out in the forest. Now, if you happen to be a human being and realize that these things are what nightmares are made of, you're in luck. A cool breeze, a cold drink, and the roar of a beautiful ocean. A place where you can forget your worries, lay out in the sand, and enjoy a purely relaxing experience. The beach. Beaches have long been considered the vacation hotspot for a very good reason. They are the definition of relaxation. Not only that, beaches offer the most flexibility. Want to go on a hike? There are trails close to the beach with beautiful views of the ocean. Want to go out to eat? Try a local restaurant. In need of last-minute groceries? No worries. There's a store within 15 minutes of you. Now I have to ask, can the forest offer all of these options? The answer is simple. No, it can't. However, what a forest can offer you is mosquitoes, murky, stagnant water, and wild animals roaming just out of view. The question is a simple one. Do you vacation to relax or to stress yourself out? If you're in the market for relaxation, take yourself on a trip to the beach. But if you're itching for some serious stress, go ahead and make your way out to the forest. That's it.
Wow.
I'm done.
That was a
strong starting argument.
That was very short and sweet.
That's all it needs to be.
Wow. All right, Gabe. This might be tougher than you thought.
No, I know how tough it is going in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The word peace is often thrown around to a degree where sometimes we forget its true meaning. Peace is the calm, the serene, the beautiful. Peace is the relaxation that we as humans truly desire. Recline back, feet up, cold brews. Nothing sounds better. Be it at the beach or forest, you will find many enjoying their time at either. Some enjoy the ocean spray, the contrast between the blue ocean and the sand, the feeling of sand between their toes, the distant sound of the waves hitting the shore, the tide rising and falling, and the late night beach adventures where you're only able to see thanks to the moon.
You're fighting on my side right now, Gabe.
Some enjoy clean air, the stillness of the earth, the sharpness of the green, the sounds of the wildlife echoing and ricocheting off the trees, the trails and the hikes that take you above the thicket, the comfort of being wrapped up in a sleeping bag, and s'mores by the campfire. Both are completely viable options if you're looking to get away from all the noise of the city. All in all, everything you can find at the beach, you can also find in the woods. Gulls can get annoying to listen to for hours on end, while the variety of birds that call the forest their home all have pleasant songs. The sounds might not be as intense, but a river or a lake, hell, even a stream could suffice as a substitute for the ocean. Sand is irritatingly grainy and can get in places that you don't really want. Dirt is easy to wash off, and with the proper packing, can be taken care of in the matter of minutes. The bugs are a nuisance, and sometimes inclement weather can ruin your time, but to be a real outdoorsman is to adapt to anything nature throws at you. The beach is my personal home away from home, as my grandfather owns a house near the coast, a pretty small place with a low ceiling, and a beautiful yet subtle scent of clay running through the house, as he is a potter. But for Day, I cannot deny the benefits of the forest. Today I battle a worthy opponent who is just as stubborn as I am. I need to bring my A game to win this, so I have. I want a real win this time, not a surrender. So Dylan,
no.
you better give it your all, because if you don't, I'm gonna shred you.
Well, Gabe, in response to that, I just have to say that you're getting neither of those.
We'll see.
Oh, damn.
We'll see. We will see.
All right, well, it's time for counter arguments.
Yeah, so since I was the last one to go, it is Dylan first.
Thanks
the
for
first
doing the math.
minute. Yep, no
Oh,
problem.
man.
You want to set your minute up?
It's fine.
Okay, whatever. Go.
I'm
Let me
counting
think
my
about
head.
this first.
Actually, never mind.
All right.
I'm setting up the minute. Think about it.
Gabe,
Yeah.
while I do admit the forest does have some alluring piece to it, it cannot compete with the pure relaxation of the beach. In the forest, you have to worry about bears, coyotes, wolves. What do you have to worry about at the beach?
Crabs.
Crap.
God, I hate crabs.
Oh,
Sorry.
Unless you're Connor and have a completely irrational fear of crustaceans.
Got it. We'll talk about it after the podcast. All right, continue.
It's simple, Gabe. The beach has more peace and relaxation to offer than the forest. While the forest makes for sometimes a good day trip, the beach just makes for a better one. And I have to say, the argument regarding sand, I find irrelevant.
Oh,
Why?
wow.
Because sand is not actually that hard to clean.
If it gets in hard places, then...
It's a simple matter of taking a shower and washing your clothes, and you're all good to go.
Oh, your minute's up.
All right, that's a fair point. Okay, I'll go ahead and just counter-argue that with one of my points that I knew you'd probably say.
Ooh.
Beaches often have the benefit of whale watching. I'll give it that. It's pretty fucking nice, you know. These rarely gentle giants just breach the surface. Even if it's for a glimpse, it's pretty nice. But in the forest, like you said, you've got bears, chipmunks, foxes, rare cases your mountain lions and coyotes. And they can be all viewed in close proximity, while with whale watching you kind of gotta use binoculars, otherwise you're not really gonna see anything. Yeah, you've got bears at the zoo, but to see one in its natural habitat is astounding. Now, of course, these are all based off of the locations that you go. If, you're more, down in southern Oregon, you'll probably see a lot more bears and coyotes. If you're up here in the Pacific Northwest, you'll catch your rare glimpse of a bear. You'll see some mountain lions, coyotes, obviously, chipmunks, and whatnot. And the thing is that you don't need binoculars to see them, because they're all right there at your doorstep. And, you just get these little creatures, and it's a good time.
That was exactly a minute.
Yeah, I was watching it the whole time.
Yeah. All right, what do you have to say about that?
All I have to say is only one of those two situations that you've just presented me actually come with a real present danger. A wild mountain lion right at your, right within arm's length of you? A bear? These are carnivores, Gabe.
Basic knowledge, you just gotta screech at bears or make loud noises and they'll fuck off. They just want to eat your garbage.
These are predators that you're trying to tell me are just something fun to watch?
Yes. Have you watched We Bare Bears?
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
For one of you.
Okay.
No, for Dylan.
Okay, for Dylan.
All right, now, when I go on vacation, I want to get away from people. Now, the problem with the beach is that there's a lot of people. Gabe, do you have something to add to that?
No, yes, Dylan.
No? All right. What do I do?
Well, it's simple, Connor. There's more than one beach in the entire goddamn world. While some are populated quite heavily, there are beaches where you can get purely away. And also, I do have to concede that the forest is more of the introvert's vacation spot. But also, while that may be true, the beach can also, depending on which one you go to, offer just as much privacy and protection from people as you would want. With the added bonus of not having to drive an hour to go get yourself some groceries. That's all I have to say on that.
Pretty good.
All right, I have a question, Gabe.
Okay.
As someone who doesn't like to do anything.
Yes. This is very... Didn't even want to debate last
I feel like... Anyway, if I go to the forest, it's a lot of work. Now, what are there any alternatives to going to the forest and like not doing much?
Yeah. There's these things that you can buy. They're kind of expensive, but they're called RVs, campers, trailers. They pretty much have everything inside what you need mobily. Little separate fun fact from the debate that I just want to put aside here and present because Dylan talked about introverted and extroverted. According to a new study, yes, and this is separate from the debate, so I'm not using this as leverage at all. According to a new study in the Journal of Research and Personality, extroverts prefer the beach to the mountains and forests, while introverts prefer the opposite. University of Virginia psychologist Shigehiro Osishi and colleagues Thomas Teleheim and Mina Lee found.
Right. They have great names.
They do.
You pronounce those amazingly.
Thank
too.
you so much. Can you stop shining that light? You've been doing it this whole time, and I'm starting to get really
Seriously,
pissed.
you did it to me at the beginning.
I'm starting to get really pissed about it.
Okay, I'm
lights
sorry.
in my eyes. Man.
Sorry.
Yeah, they led a series of 5 experiments where they tested the link between personality and geography. For one study, the research group analyzed a database of 6,013 personalities and the surveys across the United States to see whether introversion or extroversion was associated with the state's geography. Their findings showed that people who lived in mountainous and dense areas were more introverted than those who lived in flatter, more open states. Another survey found that extroverts preferred the ocean to the mountains and forests when looking at a series of pictures, and their choices had nothing to do with any other personality factors, such as levels of openness or agreeableness.
I actually read the same study. Fun fact.
Look at that! There we go! So, yeah, extroverts and introverts. But to answer your question, RVs and campers is one thing. Another thing are called easy tents, and basically they're auto tents that set up by themselves.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty future, right?
Uh-huh.
So basically you just kind of put it down, and it just like... Of course, you have to put the rods in first, but then it just like... I made a noise. But it just assembles...
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It assembles itself. And it's a pretty big tent, too. Obviously, you've got the small single boy tents, or you've got the large family for 4 tents that, like, are the size of a small house. And, yeah. Yes, Dylan, I see that you
Gabe,
wanted to say a thing.
Quick question.
Yes.
When I'm home,
Yeah.
where am I supposed to store this new RV that I got for one camping trip, or this new big tent that I had for this one camping trip I took out into the woods?
For the tent, there's a garage, the attic.
I live in a one-room apartment, Gabe.
Huh. Last time I went over to your house, I wouldn't say that's very true. How's the house the size? Never mind. How's the house the size of a football field? Okay, for those who live in a single room apartment, you'd probably be better off living in the RV. If that's the case, you do still have an attic in your single room apartment.
Wait, do you?
It's
an attic in just put it in the neighbor's apartment.
Just put it in your closet.
Hey guys, I just need to store this in here.
It's just I take it out once a year, so just have it for 364 days. It's fine.
I'm not paying you. Sorry.
If you live in a one-room apartment...
Can you imagine, real quick, if they moved out and the new people came in...
Like, why is there a fucking tent in here?
Oh, yeah, you guys are storing my tent. Yeah, let me take that. I'm going on my yearly camping trip real quick.
Go on my yearly camping trip.
Yeah, I'm going to put this back in here after I get back. So welcome to
your
the apartment.
I like the fact that you changed the key to the locksmith. Yeah, I read that. I got the new key.
It'd be worse if you store your RV in the other apartment.
Work. You just crash your RV. Alright guys, yeah, don't go use the bathroom, but you can like loiter around inside for a bit.
It's got a 10-inch TV if you want.
10 inch? 10 inch?
Yeah.
That's not even a foot.
No.
That's the itty bittiest TV.
It works.
I guess.
That's a goddamn...
Man, I love playing Melee on my miniature CRT.
That's smaller than laptop screens are.
It has coax support.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's not worth it.
Wait, cool.
There's no speakers, but you can just get external ones.
It's like an old Walkman, you gotta plug it in. Wow, we
Anyways,
strayed really far off topic.
Yeah,
What are we
back
talking
to our
about?
argument.
I honestly forgot the question.
I forgot too.
What-
Any other points?
To be completely fair to Gabe's side of the argument, you can rent out a log cabin for the weekend. That is a real option you can have. But if we're doing that, why not just go rent out a beach house instead?
I will counter that, Dylan. Something scaring people away from spending their eternity by the womb of the earth, as it's known, is the price demanded to live near such beauty. An example being Delray Beach, Florida, a popular beach town in Palm Beach County.
I'm going to put on deodorant. Be right back.
With the median house pricing in 2017 being $254,000, according to Zillow. However, new beachfront homes are available for under just $1 million. While many areas aren't so steep, beach housing can still run for as much as $200,000 on average. Big yikes. However, on the opposing side, log cabins can run as high as $50,000 for purchase as of 2017, and the cost to build one yourself is only around $21,000.
I'm going to go ahead and counter that with the fact that I said rent. You're talking about buying flat out an entire beach house. $1 million for rent for like a week. Gabe, we're talking vacation rental.
Yeah.
We're talking a weekend trip, maybe a week long maximum. That's not $1 million right there.
All right. Then I shall present the rent costs. The rent cost for a beach house on average for a 2-day weekend is around $4,000 on average. However, log cabins... Connor, you're scaring me looking around so fast.
Sorry.
However, log cabins can only run for Saturday, Sunday. Day weekend can only run around $900. Of course, this is also area dependent, where the average price of a beach house rental is more so around $950 to $960, while a log cabin on average is around $300 per 2 nights, aka 600 buckaroos for a nice log cabin stay, as opposed to your on average $900 spend for beach house.
Right. You argued this point last week that the cheaper option isn't always the best. If you're really wanting a relaxing vacation, Gabe, you're not going to care about splurging a little bit on the costs.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. I don't have a fact to counter that one.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay.
Now, we live on...
I'm sorry.
We live on a society. Alright, we live in the Northwest, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
PNW, baby.
it's the perfect location to have a beach, and then right next to the beach, there's a forest.
Yeah, there is.
Just wanted to point that out.
Is that your whole question?
That's my question.
How much of a question?
Wow!
What was
Now, Connor, to answer that, yes.
Here's how I answer that. Trees. Wow, you're a great mediator. I love you. You're
Thanks.
fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Okay, we'll move on to the psyche. How about that? Is
Sure.
that good? That
Psyche,
good?
yeah.
A long-term study conducted by the Max Planck Institute for Human Development and published in Nature Scientific Reports found another key relationship between humans and nature. It has been confirmed many times that humans are better able to cope with chronic stress and are happier when connected with nature. However, the study finds that forests, in particular, are one of the best remedies. Now, why do you think that is? That's a rhetorical question I'm not going to let you answer. I'm going to tell you why that is.
But Gabe, I have an answer.
It's a rhetorical question. You're not allowed to.
Okay, fine. But also, just know it's there.
Can you-
I see it.
Sorry, for legal purposes, can you, say the entire URL where you find that?
I don't have my works cited page teacher. Sorry.
Then your point's invalid.
Wow.
I win.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Dylan doesn't have any points.
www.
Big dumb
You
idiot.
forgot. You forgot the http://. Okay, sorry.
No one's gonna watch this one. I can tell.
No, it's fine. Sorry.
If you made it this far, put F in the comment section.
Just
me,
write Connor.
just Connor F.
Connor F.
Psyche, right. So the reason is, right, obviously there's a lot of oral stuff to do with that. And funny meme, ha ha ha. but not like ORLAL, like oral, like
listening.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Basically, sound has a lot to do with it. Low frequencies are often attributed to chronic stress. Why that is, no one's really sure. But higher frequencies in a more substantial and kind of set tempo, we'll say, are often mediators and are helpers.
Like bird calls.
Yeah, not like seagull calls. We're talking about bird calls, aka your juncos, your chickadees, your wonderful Chandragupta. That's a person. That's not a word. He's the guy who bullied. Yeah, he was a history bully. Your conglomerate. There we go. Of birds that call the forest their home. These higher frequencies of these birds. Excuse me. Not like that. These higher frequencies of these birds. In the forest where you're camping out are often mediators and can relieve stress because of the higher frequencies at a more consistent rate.
I feel like that's kind of rude to seagulls. That's my
Seagulls
point.
are
Point's
cannibals.
invalid.
Seagulls are cannibals. I'm just gonna say it.
They are. Jesus, I hate seagulls.
Seagulls are pretty dumb.
They deserve to die.
But there aren't as many seagulls at the beach as there are mosquitoes in the forest, Gabe.
Okay, that's true.
And while it may be true that those do come with some de-stressing and peaceful, whatever you want to call it, you're also dealing with a lot more stressors when you go to the forest.
Okay.
Example, everything I said in my introductory argument. Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
The potential for wild animals to barge into your encampment wherever you're staying.
Okay.
It's a scarier place than the beach.
You're right. I will say that mosquitoes and insects are a definite problem.
Which are practically non-existent at the beach.
Okay.
Name one time that a mosquito has been attacked or been attacking your beach.
Local mosquito attacks. Local on our mosquito shot.
Oh. Name one time you've been attacked by a mosquito at the beach. Can anyone in this room at all name a time where a mosquito has actually
Jacob has
got
his
them?
hand up. Jacob, boy.
You've been got at the beach? Bullshit.
Five times?
Jacob.
This kid over here is actually Booker T. Five times.
Wow.
God, you're like Greg and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That is the unluckiest thing I've ever heard.
You're just like a broken
Everywhere I
mirror.
looked, people stated that mosquitoes are practically non-existent at the beach.
Wow.
You did research. Wow.
I actually did research on that because I knew mosquitoes were going to be a selling point.
Hard offensive point there. Yeah, you've got a bunch of good brands, like Off. You have mosquito coils, which are where you light them. And, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They're obviously, you've got, like, bee coils, but they're not as cool. And, like, why would you do that to bees? Obviously, you're trying to focus on mosquitoes, so just do it to the mosquitoes. Don't do it to the bees.
I read in a study written by Wikipedia.com that screaming really loud at mosquitoes makes sense.
Banging pots and pans together, mosquitoes like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here.
Nah, man, I think that's gophers.
Ah, damn, my campsite's been ransacked by gophers.
They're worse than bears.
Shit, a gopher just ate my sister. Damn it.
All right, Dylan. Gabe's been talking a lot.
I have.
Do you have any points that counter his?
My primary point is the fact that mosquitoes do. Apparently, they do for one person on this planet. God damn, Jacob.
5 times.
5 times. But for the vast majority of people that aren't just the guy that gets struck by lightning 6 times in a row, like, they're practically non-existent at the beach, and they are one of the most frustrating insects to deal with. Also, beaches are more relaxing. Everyone knows.
Oh, starting to default on some, starting to hit that default Fortnite with some of these points. Hey, gamers.
Hold on. Writing them down was a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't have time.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a good break for a sponsor. Daytona USA.
For the Sega Saturn. If you like tracks such as King of Speed, blue sky, and Daytona, USA, then look no further than Daytona, USA for the Sega Saturn.
Daytona, USA is a registered trademark.
Registered?
Is a registered trademark of the International Speedway Corporation.
Oh, shit.
And is under license from NASCAR properties.
Huh.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
Yeah. Anyway, Dylan, I think you lost.
I guess we learned more from this commercial than we have in this debate. Let's look at one more point that I'm putting a lot of faith into.
All right, hit me with it and I'll counter it.
Oh, look at this kid thinking he's a pro Morph
Like
player.
a Power Ranger.
Oh.
Don't you love Ninja Turtles? Man, I love the 90s. 90s kids, am I right?
Yeah, 90s kids.
Yeah, do you have Battletoads?
Battletoads?
Battletoads? I think so.
No, stop.
No, we're finishing.
We're
Okay,
finishing
sorry.
this. Then we'll play Battletoads.
This is the last point, and then we get to do whatever we do after this.
Most times in the forest, water isn't too hard and you have a solid footing to walk on even if it is a trek. While the sand and the beach essentially meet within a few feet, it can feel like a long
That was a good
travel.
rhyme.
Thank you. Due to the sand's nature of being loose beneath your feet. Also, sand is a solid conductor of temperature, so on hot days, it's pretty uncomfortable to burn your toesies in the McFucking sand, is it not?
I'm going to be honest. For me in particular, if this is directed at me, I actually enjoy the hot sands.
Okay, and I should have used the masochism point here as well.
God. The same could be said for the reverse at night when the sand freezes over.
I was frozen today! That is true.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that one.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
Sand does just generally conduct heat.
Also, it's Anakin's worst enemy.
God damn it.
Damn it!
Gabe, if you brought that one... I think that one did me in, honestly. I cannot argue against that goddamn sand.
I hate sand.
It's coarse.
It's coarse. And it gets everywhere. Not like you.
Why do those prequels have that writing? Oh,
God tier.
All right, so like,
I also
who won?
just want to say that going back to the point of sand's existence.
Sans?
Stop. Sand's existence. There's these things where you can find a lot of sand. You won't find much water. They're called deserts. They kind of suck. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, you have these treacherous mountain terrains, and you have these dense jungles in, like, you know, Vietnam and Thailand, where it's just like you step outside and you just breathe the moisture.
It's more drinking than it is breathing at that point.
Exactly. Oh, I get it, because Jacob was giving me the thumbs down for Vietnam.
Rest in peace.
Oh.
I can't believe we lost to a bunch of rice farmers.
That's fucking horrible.
No, we did. We lost. We lost Vietnam. Like,
You're a bunch of fucking...
no, what? It's historically accurate. I don't understand what.
It is, but it was very blunt.
No, it's right.
It was out of nowhere.
I'm fucking crying.
Wow.
You're right.
Holy shit.
Anyway, like, your point's basically deserts are bad. Deserts have sand. Beach has sand. Desert bad.
Is that a bad argument?
No,
It is a bad argument.
it is.
Yeah, there's these places where there's sand and no water called a desert. Well, guess what? We're not talking about deserts, Gabe. We're talking about where sand and water coexist beautifully. You moron. God damn
Gabe,
it,
you
Gabe.
lost because of that.
All right.
I don't decide these. I don't know who decides these.
No, I don't even know who decides these. Last week
Daytona,
you gave up.
USA. Who wants
Daytona
to...
side.
Fuck.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck!
Beaches win all day.
Alright, Beaches win. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thanks to... Oh, your name's not Dylan, Jacob.
Thanks, Vietnam.
Billions of dollars in taxpayers' money. Anyway,
GG.
I still...
Let's talk
I
about
don't
whether
forgive.
or not we should have gone to Vietnam or not. Next episode's debate.
All right. To end this off, you guys want to talk about beach or forest horror stories that you have experienced?
I mean, I can talk about a good time at the beach.
I just want to talk about a fun little thing that I used to do at the beach. It's very short.
Okay.
So remember when you were talking about how sand gets hot and cold?
Yeah.
I actually served me pretty freaking well last time I went to the beach, man. Like, we had a little fire going on, and it was cold, and the sand and everything was cold, and I was just scooping up sand from the fire, put it on my feet. It was the most warm and beautiful, comforting thing I've ever experienced. Not even joking.
Interesting strat.
I remember that.
You just scoop it up, like, not right next to the fire, because you'll
Scoop the
you'll set
fire
your hands
on your feet.
Yes. Are those ashes? Hell yeah, coals?
It was almost as warm as your beautiful bare chest as my head laid on it. Gabe, what's your story?
I don't want to justify that with the silence that I just gave it. How dare you?
Wow. What you guys do in your spare time is no concern to me. But,
Hey, how about that beach experience you had, Gabe? The
Yeah.
one where me and Connor apparently did something gay next to you.
what? I was gonna say, that last trip we took to the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
nice
Oh,
because we saw the sunset.
We had
Oh,
that
that was
D3
so
beach
pretty.
trip.
Yeah, we had the D3 beach trip.
That was a good
We saw the
Uh,
lighthouse from Life is Strange.
Yeah, your dad, essentially.
My
Oh,
dad.
Your dad.
We,
What else did we do? We, like, fucking bulled around a little bit, and, like, we really... We passed that one place. Remember when we were down there at Cavs Retreat, and we, like, memed on that, like, fish place? What was it called?
Oh, yeah. Barnacle Bills.
Barnacle
Barnacle
Bills!
Bill.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Barnacle
a- that
Bills
was
is
a
a
good time.
legend.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Link to the D3 beach trip soundtrack in the description.
All
Is it
300
there?
songs.
It was such a
All right.
long playlist.
It's a
Yeah.
long playlist.
I
All
still
right.
have it downloaded.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 300 songs, so it's a lot.
Connor,
but-
you're gonna have to make it all on YouTube now.
Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Yeah,
You're
I'll
gonna have
put
to
a
make
link.
the whole playlist on YouTube as a YouTube playlist.
all 300 songs.
No, I'll just do Spotify.
Yeah,
Share
but
Spotify playlist.
but it's a collaborative playlist. So if people get shared to it, they can add
I'll
to
just
it.
stop collaborating it.
That means you'd have to remove Dylan and me.
Yeah.
So we can't. Add
I
to
mean,
it.
we're not adding more
Fine,
songs
Connor.
to it.
Whatever you say.
Fine, Mr. Music Maestro. I guess you don't need our musical taste, Mr. ABBA fan extraordinary.
What the hell, dude?
Connor, do you have any beach or forest horror stories?
I can talk about my irrational fear of crabs.
Please.
Yeah, please
Yes.
do.
So, I was on a Boy Scout trip to the beach.
Fun fact, here's some lore. Connor used to be a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
How long were you a Boy Scout?
Like
Couple days.
2 months.
Close
It
enough.
was. I'm not. It was with the Mormons.
Oh boy.
Shout out to Mormons. They're really nice. Anyway, well, we went on the beach trip and we went crabbing,
Oh.
and we were on the crab boat. And
When
my
crabs
scoutmaster was like, "Here, Connor, hold this crab." And like my skinny arms just started shaking out of fear. And they're like, "Hey, what's wrong?" And I'm like, "It's fine. I'll hold the crab." So I held the crab, and then I dropped it, and it pierced my shoe. And now I'm scared of crabs.
It pierced your shoe.
We punched right through their armor.
Yeah, I don't like crabs.
Wow.
That-
You're scared of crabs because it snapped through your shoe?
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember the isopod meme?
Yeah.
That was awful.
I fucking
like
love
seeing
isopods.
that. No, they're freaky, dude.
Why you gotta disco
I'm
isopod
kind
like
of
that?
neutral on isopods. On one hand, they kind of scared the living shit out of me, but on the other hand, for like a dinosaur fossil that's gonna eat my brain, like they're kind of cute.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
If I was to be McMunched by an isopod, I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, oh, look at it tearing out my look at
That's
it
the
tearing.
only. That's
look
the
at how-
only thing you'd be able to say after it ate your brain.
look at that thing. It's tearing out my cortex.
Aw.
And then you're dead.
Yeah.
Not
That's it.
capable of human speech anymore.
Nope.
Rest in peace, frontal cortex.
Rest in peace, frontal isopod.
Hey, Jacob, do you have any beach or forest stories?
Tell us about one of the times you got bit.
Oh, so all 5 bites were actually on the same time.
Oh
my god,
no.
that was a bad beach.
Oh,
That was
boy.
fucking awful.
Wait, get over here closer to the mic if you're gonna.
That feeling.
Oh.
God, I just fucking went out.
I do that every time, so-
I know.
Just ruptured the earth.
So
All right, with some lore.
all fucking. I have a beach story and a forest story. Both
Okay.
of them are fucking awful. So when I was at the beach, I was staying. I was like, I got my own room because normally we stay at a shitty beach house and I have to literally sleep on a fold-out bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh sweet, I get my own room. So I opened the window because I like to have my window open. And we're in this like super heavily populated area. And I don't know what the fuck it was, but
Someone just brought mosquitoes.
Go, my children! Wreak havoc on the world! It's like that episode of One Punch Man.
like, I think it's possible that like maybe a spider bit me like 5 times in the middle of the night, but they all felt like mosquito bites. They all itched like fucking crazy.
Okay.
And it was just the most miserable. It was like I was a feast for bugs that weren't supposed to
Bro,
exist.
big boys get munched on.
Who were you
bro.
staying with?
It was on my dad's side of the family, so it was my stepmom, my sister, and my dad.
Did you
That's
fuck?
the problem. Go ahead.
Oh no.
Well, on that note,
The mosquitoes,
14, by the way.
that is.
14.
Oh,
Can
dude, you
I
must have been
tell-
bullying when we were young.
Can I tell my forest story?
Yeah,
It's
go ahead.
Oh
fucking
yeah,
horrific.
yeah.
Okay.
So, this is coming from the same beach trip where I kicked a Coke can off of a giant storm drain and I hit someone in the face. So it was a good, it was a good forest.
That's really when you lead your shot.
it was wild.
That's Jacob Big Brain 9000 IQ plays.
Fucking okay. So where we were camping, it was right next to like a stream that had like some rocks in it, and so like a bunch of the bigger boys would go down there and they'd hop along the stream on the rocks because they were extremely coordinated. I was 13 and I had fucking I was literally Mr. Fumblefeets. So
like now.
And there I wanted to go across these rocks because everyone was going over there and like drinking sodas and being fucking rebels, and I was like, yeah.
Hey, bro, pass me a Sprite. Sorry, dude, don't you want a Fanta?
But yeah, so like that's where all the cool kids were hanging out, and I was like, oh yeah, I fucking got this. And so I'm walking across the stream, and then I'm just like, nope. And then I just fucking slip and I fall directly into the stream. So like I'm just
nice.
I'm soaked as fuck. I get back to camp because my parents told me not to go there because they were like, don't go across the fucking river, you're gonna fall in and get wet. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then I did it anyway. So I come back and I'm like soaked. I'm like, hey guys, I didn't listen to you when I fell in the river. Like, can I please go into the camper and change my clothes? They legit tell me fucking no. And
Ouch.
Oh.
so I'm sitting there in front of the fire, wrapped in a blanket that eventually caught fire. I'm fucking soaking wet. My clothes aren't drying out. My fucking blanket literally burns a hole in it. And I'm just...
Hey,
How many?
at least you
how
got
many?
the layer of water protecting you from the fire.
How many ladders have you walked under? Jesus.
I fucking... When I was young, I went into a mirror shop and just took a baseball bat to all of them.
Oh, man.
That sucks.
So,
It's fucking...
really short, but I remember I went on a hike once with my dad and a bunch of like students, and literally we were just chilling at a salmonberry bush and we were eating salmonberries. My dad hands me one, and I'm like maybe 6 at the time, maybe 7. I look into the salmonberry. There's a goddamn spider inside of it,
Oh.
and now I'm terrified of salmonberries and spiders. So, like every time I like pick any berry off of a bush, I look in the top before I eat it.
Wow.
It's terrifying, man.
That's intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that does it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That was a good episode, guys.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and follow us on ask.fm.
If you made it this far, make sure to comment. Connor is a big dumb idiot.
Yeah, those words.
That's really mean.
What are we debating next week? Just give a little teaser.
Yeah.
Let me open the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I'll cut this out.
It's gotta
Why
be.
Vietnam people are rice
Who would win? An entire trained military won 2 world wars. Some rice farms with antiquated Russian weapons.
Next week, we'll be debating modded Minecraft versus vanilla Minecraft.
And Connor's gonna lose that one as well.
No, you're not. No, I mean...
We'll see you next week,
I have a
everybody.
speech impediment.
We'll see you next week, everybody.
That's
Oh, look at
that's a
the
good
audio
episode.
file. Oh my god.
That's a good ending right there.
Alright, stop it.